Race color discrimination. Beauty over simplicity. Smooth over freckled. White over black. Following years of struggle for people of color's independence and capacity to express themselves, I feel the largest area of need in terms of racism is various forms of harassment and lynching directed towards students of various ethnicities. It is the youth, the new generation, who must bear the weight of those who have learned to hate others just because of their skin tone. According to Ichimura 2019, racism in the Philippines is at best uninformed and at worst disrespectful. Even if we don't have a history of institutional racism, our brand of racism is nonetheless disturbing and insulting regardless of how ignorant we are to it. Because of our lack of racial variety, we are tone deaf to Filipinos' unconscious racism and unable to realize our cultural sensitivity until someone's point it out. Based from the study of DiMartino 2021, young individuals like older BIPOC or Black, Indigenous, and people of color are constantly stressed by living with and experiencing racism and discrimination. Young BIPOC have the same risk of getting chronic health disorders as their parents as they get older. Racism has doubled the impact on mental health as it does on physical health. BIPOC who reported racist experience also had the following mental health concerns, according to the researchers: depression, stress, distressing feelings, anxiety, and PTSD or post-traumatic stress disorder. After all, when it concerns racism, few individuals would disagree about what is right and wrong. With the exception of fanatics, hardly one wants to support racism. We all recognize terrible racist behavior when we encounter it. However, there isn't always clarity about the optimal course of action, nor is there always trust in our ability to respond effectively. It may surprise you to realize that not everyone agrees with us when we talk about racism in terms of moral psychology or anything even moral. Some on the left of the political spectrum, for example, argue that racism is fundamentally political. Racism is an indication of a society hierarchy. It's a way to get ahead, to retain economic and social power, a ruling clique or elite. To use any of term to describe racism appears to be missing the point. In conclusion, I believe that action must be taken to avoid our younger generations from making the same mistake that previous generations have made. Racism will not be solved via harsh deeds or vicious words, but with patience and decency, which we should all have learned. Let us stop discrimination. Let us stop judging someone's personality based on the color of his hair or skin, or the shape of the eye, or the shape of the hat. It has nothing to do in your daily life. It has nothing to do in your daily life, wasting your time and hurting someone's feelings. That may also affect his/her mental health. That racial dispute must be handled by love and understanding, and that peace and prosperity must be disseminated through schools and households.